Let's pick up this guy here. Well, this is the Olympus Pen. This camera was released in the 60s, and this in particular, the model EES2, was in 1968. My dad had this camera a long time ago, and then I just basically saved it from ending in the trash. And it's in perfect condition, as you can see. It's pristine. Now, the thing about this camera in particular, it's really amazing, because despite the fact that it's about 60 years old, this camera is still a selling point. What I mean is that you can take double the amount of pictures that you can take with any other film camera. So for example, a normal roll might have 36, for example, pictures that you can take. With this one, you can take 72, meaning that you save money by 50%. Think about that in terms of when it was sold. You're selling a camera that is going to cost you 50% less every time you use it. That's amazing, and it's still valid nowadays. 60 years later, you're still saving money with this camera. The way it does, here, you see, when the film goes here, it's divided by half. So what it does is, using half of that 35 millimeters frame, divided by half, and then like this, you take an horizontal picture, and like this, you take a vertical one, because it's divided vertically. Just that simple thing. That allows you to take double the amount of pictures. Of course, the resolution is going to be less than a normal full frame 35 millimeters, but for casual, like traveling or, just going around and take pictures, and even nowadays for, social media, it's more than enough. It's perfect. So you have this thing here, which is pocketable, and it doesn't have a battery either. It's all mechanical. You use it anytime. It works every time you use it. What about aperture? Well, it's automatic. It has this ring here, which is a selenium-based light exposure mechanism that detects the light. It generates internally a small current that moves a little level. Anyway, the magic inside the mechanic of this camera will basically set automatically the aperture that is needed. You can also set the aperture yourself manually, but if you put it in auto, it will do it for you. And also will tell you if you're going to be underexposed, because it has an internal red flag that goes inside the viewfinder and is telling you there is not enough light here, so you need to use a flash or, open a window or something. That's amazing. It's all mechanical and it works. You can also connect a flash. It even has here a hot shoe for the flash, and here for the synchronization cable, meaning that some flashes at the time have a cable that you just put the cable here, so it allows you to detach the flash from the camera, having the cable there, and then you can move the flash with one hand, and then you just shoot with the other hand, and you can change the position of the flash, or if you have a long cable, you can put it far away and trigger the flash remotely. It even has here in the shutter button, you have the screw, which allows you the mechanism to have a remote shooter. So you can set this on a tripod. Here you have the screw, put that in a tripod, and then you have this basically cable that screws here. You press a button and it will do the job for you. The lens is a Zuiko 30mm 2.8, which is a very good quality from an optical point of view lens, and that was needed because it's going to use half of the frame. I think the equivalence to a full frame camera will be like 40mm, so basically all scenarios use kind of focal length. For the focus, it has 4 zones, so you have close range for a portrait, for a group, further away, and then infinite. And for the ASA, which is the equivalent nowadays with ISO, is basically the sensitivity of the film. The ISO is the international standard, and the ASA was the American one, and then the ISO became the international one. So that's why you can see ASA. The only thing is that you need to see in the film what is that film sensitivity, and you have to set it up here in this ring. And there you have it, the Olympus Pen from the 60s, basically 60 years later. The selling point of these cameras is still valid today because anyway, you have to use film, you have to pay for it. With this one, you can take double the amount of film. And especially now that we are so used to take so many pictures with our digital cameras or phones, having that restriction of 36 pictures for a normal film camera feels a little bit restrictive. With this one, you have 72. So actually, it took some time for me to take the 72 pictures, because you always think a little bit more with a film camera. And it was a lot of fun with this. You just carry around with you, and you have a film camera that is pocketable, no batteries, no issues, nothing. And yeah, it took some pictures in black and white. You can see them at the end of this video. An amazing camera to have. Thank you for watching.